We're watching the station covering all of the DMV. This is DC News Now.
And we're looking for a pleasant day today as temperatures warm up out of the 30s and 40s and into the 50s and 60s. Things will warm up as we head later this week, plus a chance of rain come to end the week.
And police are investigating a shooting at 13th Place in the district involving an officer. We'll hear what the D.C. interim chief police says happened when officers arrived on scene. And with tensions rising across campus at GW, we'll look at what new security measures are in place to ensure everyone's safety on campus. And it may be warming up this weekend, but we're helping you stretch your dollar on your utilities once it starts getting cold again. It is 8 o'clock straight up on this. Ooh. Beautiful. That's not what I was expecting to see when those live cams popped up. Look at that beautiful sunrise. I love the yellow in the sky. That's very pretty. Good morning, everyone. What a beautiful start to your Saturday. Thank you so much for joining us on DC News Now. I'm Tosin Fakile. Before we get to our top stories, we're going to start talking to Derek. And Derek, that was a beautiful sunrise, but with tomorrow, things change because the sun rises earlier or later?
We will be talking about the sunrise all day tomorrow because the sunrise tomorrow gets up right when we do at 6 o'clock here on your television station. We're looking at 60 yesterday, 38 yesterday morning. It was awfully chilly out and about the region. Temperatures below average. We'll get closer back up to the average today. Maybe even go even a little bit beyond average as we head in towards the later half of the afternoon, getting up around 66 or 67 degrees for today. Nice, beautiful sunrise to start out your morning in D.C. And plus, get out there and enjoy all those fall colors because those colors are going to be fading ever so quickly as we head throughout the next 7 days. So get out there and enjoy it. Temperatures 41 currently, partly cloudy. We're starting to see those clouds coming in from the west. Those west southwesterly winds at 3 miles per hour. That sunrise was at 7:38. Tomorrow it's going to be in the 6:30 hour time frame, and that sunset tonight is at 6:05. However, with the time change tomorrow, it'll be closer to 5:05. So it looks like we will see, of course, that time change, but it will be something for us to talk about here on the morning show as that sun rises ever so more quickly. We're looking at, of course, temperatures around the region into the 30s and 40s as we speak. Temperatures are awfully warm as compared to where they were yesterday, anywhere getting close to where we were yesterday for us here in D.C. However, some locations off west, nearly 15 degrees warmer than they were this time yesterday. We'll have a look at your 7-day forecast coming up.
You know what, Derek? That sunrise was giving golden hour and golden glow. I loved it. That was beautiful. All right, 8:02. D.C. police searching for a suspect in what they're calling an officer-involved shooting that happened last night around 9:35. Police say it happened on the 3400 block of 13th Place. We're now hearing more about what happened from D.C. Interim Police Chief Pamela Smith.
At approximately 8:33 p.m. on yesterday, our officers were involved in a shooting when they responded to the 3400 block of 13th Place Southeast for the sounds of gunshots. Our officers began canvassing the rear of the apartment building, and as they were canvassing the parking lot, a male suspect wearing a white t-shirt, black bottoms, long hair, roughly around shoulder length, began firing at our officers. As our officers began to return fire, the suspect retreated into the building. Subsequently, our emergency response team responded to the location and conducted a search of the building, but did not find the suspect in the building.
That suspect, police say, is still on the run, and we'll bring you more details as police send it to us. We'll bring it to you on air and online. 8:03, a desperate search is underway for a missing D.C. woman. Officials say China Crawford was last seen along Good Hope Road in Southeast. Her family tells us they're very concerned for her safety. Our Daniel Hamburg has the latest on the search.
It's the hardest thing I think I've ever had to deal with in my life.
25-year-old China Crawford was last seen Monday, October 23rd on Good Hope Road Southeast near 16th Street.
Someone has taken my child.
That's what China's mother, Elisa, believes after not hearing a word from her daughter.
My daughter loves me very much, and she would not leave and be gone this long without any notification or just nothing. no messages. Her iPhone is no longer working.
DC police released this picture of Crawford's car, also missing, a gray 2012 Mercedes-Benz CLS 550 with temporary Virginia tag 998859V.
She's got so many friends and family members who love her, who miss her. She's a hard worker, independent woman, just, financially independent.
Ward 8 ANC Commissioner Erica Green, China's cousin, has grown frustrated in trying to spread the word about the disappearance.
What I'm noticing in this is that there's no compassion. What I'm noticing in this is that this is not a human being. This is another statistic. This is another number.
Fearing the worst, but hoping for the best, China's mother wants the public to be on the lookout.
I miss my friend. I miss my daughter. She was my baby. I just hope whoever has her just release her. Please.
We're told China Crawford is 5'7", 120 pounds with brown eyes and long black dreadlocks. The family will be searching for her again this morning in Southeast. 8:05, a top D.C. official has been arrested for domestic violence. According to a police report, Christopher Rodriguez, assistant city administrator in Mayor Bowser's office, pushed a woman to the ground at his home in Northwest. Rodriguez is also the acting chief of technology officer in the mayor's office. He was arrested Thursday. And Rodriguez is the second high-ranking member of Bowser's administration to be accused of assault. Last fall, then Deputy Mayor Christopher Geldart was accused of grabbing someone by the neck outside in a gym in Virginia. Those charges later dropped. And over the summer, another former deputy mayor, John Falchicchio, resigned after being accused of sexual harassment. It's 6:06, and DC News Now is your local election headquarters. When Virginians go to vote on Tuesday, they'll be deciding which party controls the General Assembly. With all 140 seats open and abortion rights on the ballot, the decision may come down to two words: ban and limit. Democrats have argued Republicans support banning abortion. Meanwhile, Republicans say it's not true. Rather, they support a 15-week limit with exceptions for rape, incest, and saving a mother's life. One political expert say Republicans are using the word limit to appeal to more moderate voters.
The Democrats have a very simple, probably too simplistic story, which is Republicans want to ban abortion. And the Republicans are trying to say, it's not a ban, it's a limit, it's 15 weeks. They're offering numbers and nuance, and numbers and nuance are often overpowered in politics by simple stories.
Right now, Virginia is the only state in the South that has not passed further restrictions on abortion since Roe v. Wade was overturned. And as a reminder, in-person early voting is coming to a close today with Election Day just 3 days later in Virginia. You can vote early at your local registrar's office or a satellite voting location. Bring a form of ID such as a passport, voter registration card, or driver's license. Now, you can find a list of locations to vote. You can do that on our website at dcnewsnow.com. In Northern Virginia, the opioid epidemic is top of mind for a lot of parents. And that's why today, county officials are hosting an information session on the dangers of fentanyl. The session is a partnership between the Loudoun County Sheriff's Office and Loudoun County Public Schools. It comes after 9 students overdosed at one Loudoun County high school in just the last weeks. Meanwhile, Virginia Governor Glenn Youngkin mandated an executive order to change the way Virginia responds to overdoses. It requires schools to notify parents of overdoses within 24 hours. The order also includes a collaboration with law enforcement to help prevent drug abuse.
There are illegal drugs that have been laced with fentanyl being passed around, and parents weren't being told.
And right now, police are investigating the overdose incidents. Today's presentation on the dangers of fentanyl is at 10:30 a.m. at Parkview High School, so in about 2 hours. The Loudoun County Sheriff's Office is taking new action, hoping to solve a cold case murder dating back to 1973. Last month, deputies exhumed the body of a woman who was shot multiple times in May of 1973. The woman's identity is not known, but it's believed she was in her early to mid-20s. Her body was found in Purcellville near the intersection of Foundry Road and Taylor Road back when she was murdered. The Sheriff's Office hopes by testing her DNA, they'll be able to find her family as a first step in bringing resolution to this case. 8:09, the Epilepsy Foundation reports 1 in 26 people across the U.S. is diagnosed with epilepsy during their lifetime. Epilepsy is a brain disorder that causes unprovoked seizures, but right now proper care isn't always available in D.C. schools. That is according to one mother. Our Mariel Carbone spoke to the parent who says her daughter was refused seizure medication multiple times at school.
8-year-old Ava is a normal kid.
She's just like everyone else. She wants to have fun. She wants to climb trees.
But she's not always treated that way because
she just happens to have epilepsy.
Ava was diagnosed last year. Her mom, Molly Ellis, says headaches that lead to migraines trigger Ava's seizures, which require medical attention to stop. Ibuprofen can help prevent them. But Ellis says over the past few years, Ava's gotten pushback from school nurses to get any.
She's been told you're faking it. She's been told you don't really have a headache.
So Ellis, who now teaches at her daughter's school, Brent Elementary, took matters into her own hands, getting seizure first aid and training certified. Then she trained her colleagues.
There's over 40 teachers and staff members at this school who have volunteered to do this training, and multiple people have said that they feel a lot more prepared.
She's now hopeful, thanks to pending legislation, that staff in all D.C. public schools will do the same.
It's like a dream come true.
Thursday, council members Charles Allen and Robert White introduced the Seizure Safe Amendment Act of 2023.
Most of us don't know how to respond. Time is of the essence. Responding appropriately is critically important.
The bill requires training for DCPS teachers and administrators in seizure recognition, administering emergency seizure medication, and ensuring students have individualized seizure plans.
You know, when you know better, you do better.
Ellis says the legislation will be a game changer, possibly a lifesaver, not only for Ava, but for students all across the district.
And so in 5 years, I picture her in middle school surrounded by people who are willing and ready to keep her safe.
D.C. Councilmember White hopes this can be passed and enacted in the coming months. But Ellis, that parent, is hoping newly proposed legislation will mean no other parent has to go through the frustrations she went through. But in Maryland and Virginia, they already have laws requiring schools to have staff members certified and trained to help with seizures. All right, let's talk about some college football right now. And despite James Madison University being one of just 8 undefeated teams in the highest level of college football, they're not eligible for playoffs. The Dukes cannot play in the postseason because they haven't played in the highest level of college football long enough. The NCAA prevents teams from playing in postseason within their first 2 years of moving into that division. This comes after the NCAA rejected a waiver from JMU and rejected a letter from Attorney General Jason Miyares. State Senator Louise Lucas says she would support the AG taking legal action and filing a lawsuit to ensure the Dukes are treated fairly. One legal analyst says if a lawsuit is filed, it likely would not change anything.
Is there really a set of grounds that would justify a court stepping in and saying that the NCAA didn't do this? The response from the NCAA would obviously be JMU knew the rules, they made a choice, and everybody has to live by the rules.
But there is one way for the Dukes to get into postseason play. JMU would be allowed to play in a bowl game if there are not enough eligible teams to fill the number of open bowl game slots. 8:12 in Frederick County, Maryland, the town of Myersville is discussing plans to build a 12,000 square foot Dollar General store on Main Street. Dollar General has spent the last year in talks with city leaders. The issue is a zoning ordinance, which Mayor Mark Hinkle says supports the new retail establishment. Some community members pushing back say Dollar General store on Main Street doesn't fit the long-range plans for the downtown area.
I'm not opposed to Dollar General as the company. I'm opposed to the place they want to put the Dollar General. I've been living here for 54 years, and it just breaks my heart. I feel it's just totally spoiling the town of Myersville.
Myersville Town Council will weigh in on the debate later this month.